This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, there's another history walk coming up in Hazleton, and the executive director of the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress will walk us through the details. Hi everyone, I'm so happy to see you. My name is Ken Kara, and here's your local information from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. It appears that the presidential election has put the city of Hazleton back into the national spotlight. The city that made headlines over its controversial Illegal Immigration Relief Act in 2006 is now making headlines again as immigration continues to be at the forefront of the November presidential election. Both the New York Times and the Huffington Post recently visited the city to talk about the immigration issue. The IIRA, which was struck down and never enforced, brought media to the city from all over the world. Now the subject is back in the news with Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump making it a campaign issue. Trump has received support from the former Hazleton mayor and now Congressman Lou Barletta. You can read more about the issue in an article on the front page of today's Standard Speaker. The latest scores for both the Pennsylvania System of School Assessment, or PSSAs, and the Keystone tests are out. According to the scores for the 2015-16 school year, the Hazleton Area School District has failed to reach any of the state averages in each of the categories of English, language arts, math, and science. The testing groups students into 4 categories. They include advanced, proficient, basic, and below basic. You can read a detailed breakdown of the scores in today's Standard Speaker, or you can see the entire report by going to education.pa.gov. A former Nesquehoning police officer learned his fate yesterday. 27-year-old Stephen Hamenko was sentenced to 3 to 23 months in prison for a deadly crash that claimed the life of 69-year-old Carola Sars and seriously injured her husband Michael in 2014. Hamenko pleaded guilty last month to homicide by vehicle. He will begin to serve his sentence on Saturday. You can read more on this story on the sentencing in Amanda Chrisman's article in today's Standard Speaker. 2 local agencies are teaming up again to make sure that everyone has a Merry Christmas. For more than a decade, Catholic Social Services and United Charities provided Christmas dinners and gifts for local families in need, and they will be doing it again this year. Applications will be accepted again starting next week. Interested people must attend a brief presentation prior to the application process. The 2 agencies will accept applications following a presentation at Catholic Social Services Family Center at 106-108 South Church Street in Hazleton. The first of several presentations will take place next week, beginning Monday at 4:30 p.m., followed by 2 sessions on Wednesday, the first at 1 p.m. and the second at 6 p.m. Additional presentations will take place the week of October 24th. For families only interested in food, the sign-up will be November 28th through December 8th. The gift application deadline is October 27th. For more information, call Catholic Social Services at 570-455-1521 or United Charities at 570-455-1529. If you enjoy our history segments each Thursday here on FYI, then you'll certainly be interested in a special event taking place this Saturday in the city of Hazleton. FYI's Lisa Sugart has the details on what will be a self-guided walking tour and more this Saturday afternoon.
If you've always wanted to see some of the beautiful historic properties in the city of Hazleton, this Saturday is the perfect opportunity. It is the Historic Church Street Autumn Tour being sponsored by the Greater Hazleton Historical Society. It is their 2016 annual fundraiser, and here to tell us all about it is Krista Schneider. She is the executive director of the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress, also a member of the board for the Historical Society. So this is a really fun fundraiser, and it's going to be a beautiful day, perfect fall setting. So this is great.
Yeah, the Historical Society has had a lot of interest in their historical tours. This one is probably the largest and the most comprehensive that they're offering. It's going to be self-guided, which means that people could come and register, get their map, and there will be people at each location to talk about the history of that property, interesting facts. There's even going to be people in period costume, and they're going to be talking about some spooky stories, in honor of Halloween. And so there's a lot of sites. The cemetery is included, several churches, several homes, Beth Israel Temple, library, City Hall, basically all of the interest there on Church Street that people are fascinated with is going to be featured.
Well, the weather's supposed to be great. I think you're going to have a fantastic turnout. I went on that last Church Street tour, the historical district, and there were like 150 people.
Yeah, this is very popular, and I think also they're trying to even make it a little bit bigger. So in Memorial Park, there will also be vendors, music, face painting for kids, family-friendly. Children actually under 12 are free for this event. It's $5 a person for those that, for adults. And you could come and either just do the walk on your own, or you could pick up a guidebook there at the park. There will also be, I think, beer and wine tastings and apple cider and all those good things. So music. So the Historical Society is hoping that this will be, a big fundraiser for them.
And this comes at a perfect time because you are looking to get the area officially designated.
Yeah, we're hoping to start that process early next year. It's a long process. All the historic resources have to be inventoried. They have to be done to a certain standard. There's different steps to go through. So we're hoping to kick that off early next year.
All righty. Well, you can register online. You can go to downtownhazelton.org to register there. Or, as Krista said, you can register the day of the event. It's this Saturday from noon to 4. So they will start at Memorial Park, and that's where you'll pick everything up. So please come on out and enjoy this beautiful historic Church Street Autumn Tour, and it benefits the Greater Hazelton Historical Society.
Thanks, Lisa. Coming up next, our local history segment is about a well-known building in Weatherly and the architect that designed it. Later, we'll talk with the founder and race director of the Hazelton Town and Trail Race Series, and that event is happening this weekend.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazelton Standard Speaker.
Pleased to welcome back Charles McElwee, our good friend from the Greater Hazelton Historical Society and Museum, always telling us some insightful things on the history of our area. We recently talked about St. Gabriel's Church, a very well-known structure in our area. This time, a structure in Weatherly Borough, the former Schwab School. That architect also strong roots to this area.
Yes, so obviously there's a major preservation effort, grassroots campaign underway to save the Schwab School, that historic, beautiful building that you can't miss when you drive or walk in Weatherly. And that school was built by Owen McGlynn, who was an architect who was from Stockton and was responsible for many buildings that you'll see in Wilkes-Barre, Hazelton, or southern Luzerne County.
I'm surprised because we keep talking about architects. They always say this area was known for mining. I think it was known for architects.
It was known for architects as well, and they were nationally renowned architects. So McGlynn, he grew up in Stockton. His parents immigrated from County Donegal. I'm actually distantly related to him, but he came here, and back then, in the early 20th century, you didn't just go to school and go through years of receiving education or architecture, medicine. You received training at a firm. So at the age of 23, he was a fully licensed architect out of Wilkes-Barre with a guy named Paul Davey. And Davey was behind St. Paul's Methodist Church in downtown Hazelton, which unfortunately was recently listed as the most at-risk properties, historic ones in Pennsylvania. But he was responsible not only for the Schwab School, but a number of churches and Coughlin High School in Wilkes-Barre. So if you drive around Hazelton, once again, like the works of Peter Sheridan or some of these other architects whose work you'll see in the area, you'll also see the work of McGlynn, who unfortunately died at a very young age, but who left a very long and enduring legacy.
How important is it now for what they're trying to do in Weatherly? I know Mayor Tom Connors is strongly in support of preserving that building.
It's very important because you want to preserve the architectural fabric of your community. That tells a story. It makes some of these historic buildings make a statement, and they have great potential for adaptive reuse to have new life as something else. Just the Historical Society in Hazelton, our efforts to preserve some of these buildings in Hazleton, it's very important to us. So we appreciate and fully support and wish the best of luck to the efforts underway in Weatherly to save the Schwab School.
All right, Charles McElwee from the Greater Hazleton Historical Society Museum. You can check them out on Facebook, and you can always stop in too to take a tour of the wonderful museum that is right here in our own backyard.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Fall is starting to explode around the Hazleton area, and you should really be able to enjoy it this weekend because the weather looks beautiful. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, mostly clear. We'll have a low in the upper 30s with a north wind from 8 to 10 miles per hour. Friday is sunny with a high in the mid 50s. Friday night clear with a low of 37 degrees for Friday night local football. Saturday, sunny with a high in the upper 50s. Saturday night, mostly clear, low of 43. Sunday is mostly sunny with a high near 61, and then Sunday night looks nice. There's a 40% chance of showers, but the low will be 51 degrees. Monday, 30% chance of showers, partly sunny, high near 65. Monday night, partly cloudy, low of 52 degrees.
A popular Halloween attraction is back in the borough of West Hazleton. It is the Haunted School. It's a fundraiser and a food drive for Holy Name of Jesus Parish. That is the former Transfiguration Church in West Hazleton. Here to tell us all about it is Shannon Marciata. She's a member of the church's pastoral council. She is also the youth choir director and wears many other hats as well, and now here to talk about this. This is really fun. It's the 4th year you're doing it, but the first time you said you're doing it in the old school.
Yeah, Father O'Rourke thought it would be kind of a cool twist on doing it and make it a little more different than all the previous years by allowing us to use the school building, and it is creepy, so I think that it's going to be a little creepy, creepier than usual. So,
So all our fans out there that like all the scary stuff will be thrilled to hear this. Now, this is a fun time. I know you guys have been doing this for a couple of years, but this is for a really serious purpose because the renovations are underway at the former Transfiguration School to make it into a community center. So tell us how important this is to help with that.
Well, they're already very into the project. The windows are magnificent. They were reclaimed from St. Francis, and they just the windows, when you go down there and they're illuminated with the daylight, it's beautiful. So all the beams and everything you see, it's just coming together very beautifully, piece by piece. And the upper levels, Father also has plans for. So I'm very hopeful that it's going to be very good for the community for several reasons upon completion. So we're trying to donate all the proceeds this year for the school. Last year it benefited the youth group, but this year we decided to put it all towards the school. And I wanted to let you know too, West Hazleton is going to be happen on the 15th because the West Hazleton Elementary Middle School is also having their craft fair and their bake sale that day as well. So I think that's like from 10 to 2. And then in the evening, ours starts from dusk and goes on till 10 o'clock. Well, preferably 10 if we have a good crowd, 9 o'clock. And it's only $4 for our event. The kids will get candy as they go through. We create little tasks for them if they're brave enough to put their hands in things and, go in closets and stuff like that. And there's going to be concessions available and a food drive. So for every non-perishable item or canned good that you donate for our food drive for the fall, you get a chance. So if you give five canned goods, you get 5 tickets for a chance to win a family night out, and that includes dinner for a family of 4 and an activity, whether it's bowling or roller skating or a movie. So it's just, we have a few family nights out that we'll be donating for this. And it's just a very nice thing. The concession stand's gonna be hopping, the food is cheap, it's great for families. Some good friends of mine actually met and got married at the Haunted Trail, so they're married now. So it's just a really neat little family event, and I love that all the people from the community, it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, everyone comes together for this, and they all have a good time together. The children, the grown-ups, it's so fun.
Well, everybody likes Halloween and everybody likes a good scare, so yes. Come on out. Again, it is happening on Saturday, October 15th. Again, it starts at dusk and goes hopefully till 10 because I hope the line is wrapped around the building to get in there. Come on out, benefit the renovations being made to the former Transfiguration School, help out the community, have fun, and celebrate Halloween.
Party on the west side on Saturday. Go Wildcats. Thank you, Lisa. These are your midday winning lottery numbers. Before we go to break, pick 2, 6, 1, pick 3, 4, 4, 4, pick 4, 3, 8, 9, 4, and pick 5, 0, 6, 6, 5, 7. When we come back, we're talking about a big race in the Hazleton area this weekend, so pay attention, runners. See you soon.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Growing up, I once ran from Northgate in Hazel Township to the Gallery of Sound when it was near Pizza Hut in West Hazleton to buy a new Puff Daddy CD, and I saw a decent amount of our beautiful area. I did that for selfish reasons, and I ended up eating 4,000 calories at the Chinese buffet and getting sick. Now, Lou Mattioli started the Hazleton Town and Trail Race Series to promote the area and give back to local nonprofit groups. Here's my conversation with Mattioli about this year's Kids Fun Run, Youth 1 Mile Race, 5K Run Walk, 10K Run, and Half Marathon. Lou, I ran some of the course online. You guys have a great website through Google Maps today, and it really made me think about being 16 and just cruising around Hazleton and like going the back road, seeing all of the sites. Is this how it came about? I mean, you grew up in Hazleton, or is it just from your running experience? How'd you come up with the course?
Well, first of all, I note that you say you ran it online and not got out and ran the course itself.
It was Google Maps all the way. I was, just getting into it.
This is a project, and it's an ongoing project, so every year we modify the course a little bit more to meet the demands of the runners and what the runners like about the course and what they don't like about the course. So this is our third year out, and it's a slightly different course than we've ever done before, so we're getting bigger and better.
Is that neat? You are a runner. I mean, a lot of the people behind this helping put it together are very serious runners like Lou. Do you like the change maybe if you're going to a race another year? You'll see a new part of Hazleton this year, really.
Absolutely, and I don't know if I can call myself a runner, but I try. Yeah, this year we're showcasing the south side of Hazleton, so it's really neat. I mean, it is the town and trail, and certainly we showcase the rails to trails, but it's also awesome to be able to pick a new section of Hazleton and present that to maybe some people from out of the area that just haven't seen it before.
Yeah, I don't know if it matches up, but like you said, you modified it a little bit, but you really do, I guess, see the beautiful woods and then some of the coal companies, which is very Hazleton, and then parts of the city. I did notice you told me it doesn't go by Jimmy's Quick Lunch anymore, but if you were going to stop in Jimmy's during the race, knowing you had to finish it, what would you order at Jimmy's? I think I'd still do fries, but I wouldn't get cheese and gravy.
You know what? I stick to the dogs. Give me a couple Jimmy dogs. I'm good to go. And you know what? If I had a couple of those, I'd probably run a lot faster.
I firmly believe this man could do it to pound 2 Jimmy's hot dogs and probably still win your age division or whatever. So Lou, there's people probably sitting on the couch right now thinking this is so not for me, but it seems like there's something for everybody. Why would you encourage them just even to go on the website, check it out, maybe come out this Saturday? You could still register that morning, 7 a.m.
Well, yeah, the website is still open. It's townandtrail.com. You can still register there, but we're going to be out nice and early Saturday morning, 7 a.m. We'll be there ready to register anybody that decides they want to jump out of bed and get out there and have some fun with us. But there's everything going on. It's not just a run. It's not a series of races. We're going to have, different tents set up from different businesses in the area. So you can come out, cheer for everybody, and just have a nice day.
And it benefits some great groups in the area, the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress, Greater Hazleton Civic Partnership, Hazleton YMYWCA, Hazleton Power, and it's a great, these organizations get some money off of this, right, to do good in the community then.
That's the hope. Every bit of money that we raise goes right into our organizations, and that money in turn is used to expand the community and bring events to the community and really try to foster a sense of community. I'm a part of Power. That's what we're about, bringing charities to the community, bringing events to the community, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about, community.
Working with Power, Lou, and I hear too once in a while people say, I don't want to go to downtown Hazleton. This is a way to bring runners in, get people into really all of the Hazleton area. What have you heard from runners, people who maybe aren't in Hazleton as much as we are?
I think they're surprised at just how nice of an event it is. Hazleton is a beautiful city. I don't care what anybody says. You walk around and you look at these buildings and the architecture, and you look at the people. I mean, it's a great town. And so to bring people in who maybe haven't always heard the best things about Hazleton and show them, you know what, it's not like that. We've got something to give to you, and we're happy to give it to you. It's just a phenomenal experience, like I said.
All that we're saying is give us a chance here in downtown Hazleton. Lou, last thing I want to ask you, what's the most challenging part of the course, do you think, and what's your favorite part, like if you're just running and taking in the beauty? Or
You know what? It's just a fun course to run, to get out on the trail, especially at this time of the year with the leaves changing. That's beautiful. And if you're going to ask me what my favorite part of the race is, it's the finish line. Getting across that finish line. We can't beat that.
2 Jimmy's hot dogs halfway through a marathon. Good man, Lou. Registration will be held just off of Route 93 at Greater Hazelton Rails to trails in between Hazelton and Beaver Meadows. Now to the FYI Standard Speakers scoreboard. The North Schuylkill Spartans wrapped up their second straight Schuylkill League Division I championship in boys cross country. Chris McCormick won the race for North Schuylkill. Mahanoy area won Division II of the Schuylkill League. Both local teams were unbeaten in the league. Adam Soriano and Seth Soriano placed first and second for Mahanoy in their races. We'll try to catch up with the Bears and the Spartans next week at the Schuylkill League Championships. The Tamaqua girls, they won Division I of the Schuylkill League with a perfect record. They swept by Jim Thorpe, Lehigh, and Pottsville on Wednesday to wrap up the regular season. Marion also got a sweep. The Hazelton area boys finished off a good regular season by winning 2 of 3. MMI was swept at their meet. The Hazelton area girls swept past Northwest and Berwick with Mary Iverdale winning both races. It was senior night for the Hazelton area water polo teams, and they both got victories. Jorge Moncayo had 6 goals for the boys, and Nicole Miller had 3 for the girls. Berwick beat MMI in boys soccer. Nanticoke swept by Hazelton area in girls volleyball. In field hockey, Hazelton area dropped 2 contests, one to Lake Lehman in the Wyoming Valley Conference, and a non-league matchup to Whitehall. That's the final whistle for sports. FYI, we'll be right back. It's Thursday. Go crazy. It's boneless wing night at Bottlenecks. 50 cents a wing. You can add a small order of fries for only $1.50.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Gardens at Butler, 463 North Hunter Highway in Drums, will be holding their Fall Festival Saturday, October 15th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We'll be having crafts, bake sale, book sale, basket raffle, ethnic food, and much more. Admission is free, and all proceeds benefit the Residents Fund. Next announcement, please join the Greater Hazelton Historical Society this Saturday, October 15th from 12 to 4 for the Historic Church Street Autumn Tour. This event will serve as the Historical Society's 2016 annual fundraiser. Registration is at Memorial Park. And finally, join the Hazel Township Recreation Department for Halloween in the Park. The event will be held Saturday, October 15th at 1 p.m. at the Community Park. The event is free for kids and will feature face painting, hot dogs, cider, candy bags, and more. And don't forget to wear your Halloween costume. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Sister Mary Capizzelli of Morristown, New Jersey. Mass is Friday at 4 p.m. in the St. Lucie Chapel at Villa Walsh in Morristown, New Jersey. Viewing is Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. Arrangements are by the Doyle Funeral Home. Cecilia A. Tomshow of Whitehall. Mass is Friday at 11 a.m. in the St. Elizabeth of Hungary Catholic Church. Viewing is Friday from 9 to 10:45 a.m. The Kohut Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Joseph J. Kroll of Hazelton. Services will be held at the convenience of the family. The McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And Barbara Ann Bean of Hazelton. Services will be held at the convenience of the family. The Harmon Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is John Malasavage of Mahanoy City. John, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Before I sign off, I want to remind you about a campaign going on by SSPTV and also the Hazelton Standard Speaker as well. It's called Giving Shelter. Please help out the local homeless shelter as well. You could bring some items to the drop-off locations up on your screen, and that includes us here at Sam's Son Productions. All right, we'll see you again tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.